Please excuse the way I look. I am only 11 days post-op. Hi everyone. So today I will be discussing my surgery. I had a mommy makeover, and I know a lot of you have a lot of questions and concerns, and I am here to answer them for you. So stay tuned. All right, so one of the common questions I get is, where did you go and who did your surgery? So I went to CG Cosmetics down in Miami. That is a really known place in Miami. I Googled surgeons and that was the top one that popped up, and they had a lot of reviews and it was pretty good reviews. They had some mixed reviews, but my experience myself was pretty good. Everybody's nice, everyone's sweet. They are a very busy facility, but all in all, they're pretty good. So yeah, my doctor was Dr. Scott Loessin. He does have have different offices. He has an office down in Key West, and he also have another one in Daytona. But I went to CG Cosmetics down in Miami. One of the common questions I get is, were you nervous? Were you scared? The day I made the appointment, which was October 19th, I was excited. I'm like, I gotta do this. I'm so proud of me. Like, I took the step to do what I wanted to do for years. And I was just excited. I wanted to get it over with every day. I like dreamed about it. I could not stop. And I want to say the day before I had to go to Miami, I had really bad anxiety. It was so bad. Like, it was really bad. I was so sick to my stomach. Everything was wrong. It was just really bad. And I think it's because of just knowing what I was going to Miami for. The day of surgery, I was excited. I was like, yes, I'm getting it done. And it's not until I was on the table and the anesthesiologist already poked me with the anesthesia, and I was like, oh snap, this is real. And all I remember asking her is, am I going to be okay? That's when it hit me, but it was too late and I was knocked out. Yeah, so that's when it really hit me. I wasn't scared. I was just more like nervous and thinking maybe this isn't for me, and it was already too late. But that's a good thing because I didn't talk myself out of it. So don't talk yourself out of it if you're interested in it, okay? Another question I got is, where did I get my surgical bra? So this is the bra that you guys are asking about. So I got my surgical bra on Amazon.com. CG Cosmetics do offer bras there, but it's really not the best there. I don't like it. Don't waste your money because they'll give you two for $50 and it's not worth it. I got this and it's more durable. It has a better material, and the fact that you have these here to extend it or make it smaller for $16, why not? You get two for $32. That's way much cheaper than what CG sells theirs for. So I wouldn't recommend buying their bra there, but make sure you have your bra there for surgery. Another question I got was, how did I afford it? Do I have insurance? Now, when it comes to cosmetic surgery, if it's not an accidental thing, I don't think your insurance covers it. I think you would be, you would have to pay out of pocket. I paid out of pocket. I saved and paid out of pocket. I know some people can actually finance their ass. I didn't finance mine because the last thing I want is to have my ass on my credit. So I didn't finance it. But people can actually do that. There are some surgical areas, surgical centers that offers the pain level. The first day of the surgery was very painful because I did not have my pain medication on time. So I spent 6 hours in pain. You don't wanna, if you're getting a tummy tuck, I'll be very clear on which procedure I'm talking about. If you're getting a tummy tuck, don't laugh, don't cough, don't sneeze. And if you have to use the bathroom and, you know, do, make sure you're using stool softeners. Stool softeners did not work for me, not even milk of magnesia. I actually had to get something else to make it work. So it was kind of like very strange, but it worked. I needed it out. It was the douche. Yeah, so I used that and it worked. But anyway, you don't want to strain or pull your muscle that they stitched up. So that is very painful. The first week is just intense. The very first week of surgery is really like intense because you have 2 drainages inside of you. You're taking pain meds, you're sleepy, you're exhausted, you're sleeping sitting up. It's just, it's not fun. Now if you just have a breast augmentation, then it's there's no pain at all. Like I didn't have any pain. I have heard where girls said after the surgery they it felt like an elephant was sitting on their chest. I don't know if my tummy tuck kind of replaced any kind of pain or from the breasts, but I didn't feel that. I want to say by day 5, I felt like my chest was like heavy. Something was on it. I was sitting on, like something was sitting on my chest, but it was just for 1 day. But as far as pain levels, I don't have any pain with my breasts. Now I gotta say, when you are having breast augmentations, breast surgery at all, don't lay flat down. You want to lay sitting up, because what end up happening is you'll end up having fluid and it'll swell really bad, and it'll take a long time for it to get to normal. It actually takes 3 to 4 months for your breast to get to its actual size. But like, don't lay flat down. I laid like down a little bit, and when I woke up, they were like, I had 2 big watermelons and they were just aching. It was almost like after having a baby and the milk is just thromping through, like it just wants to just come out, and it's just like, yeah. So don't lay flat down. Don't do that. Don't lay flat down for at least, I think I was reading for 3 weeks. Be cautious. I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna just go a month. Now with the surgical bra, you have to have that on for 2 months every day. Make sure you have 2 surgical bras. The only time you would not have a bra on is when you're in the shower, but you want to have this on, and you also want to have this band, the bra band on, so that you can protect your implants. You have to have it on like this. Hold on a second. So yeah, so it's like this. You want to have it on like this at all times. So, and the only time you'll take it off is if you're exchanging one bra and putting another one on to wash it. So you should always have 2. One thing that no one really asked me, but I think I should bring up is so after having surgery, you might lose your feelings. Like you might lose the nerves on your breast. You probably won't feel anything. On my right breast, I can still feel my nipples. I can feel everything, but on my left, I cannot. I don't feel. It's like no feeling there. I can feel this. I can't feel right here. It doesn't hurt. It's not painful, but I do hear like after 4, 5, 6 months, you might get the feeling back. You might get your nerves back, but I don't know. We'll see. Next question. Are you able to take care of yourself after surgery? No, you are not able to take care of yourself. You actually do need somebody. Now, it depends on what kind of surgery you have. Let's just say you're doing the breast augmentation. I felt like if I just did my breast, I would have been able to go back to work within 3 days. But you can't lift anything heavy for like, I think 8 weeks. So you would need someone to pick up your groceries for you and move things around and stuff for you. You don't want to do anything crazy that can cause your surgical site to pop. I don't know, but just don't do anything crazy. But If you're just doing a breast augmentation, you're pretty strong. You can make it through. Just don't lift anything heavy. Yes, you could take care of yourself. But if you're doing a mommy makeover or a tummy tuck, no, you actually do need somebody. You need someone to help you, because it's not like an easy procedure. That's probably one of the major procedures out of cosmetic surgery, and you need somebody to help you. And it's really hard to have somebody help you when you're so used to doing everything by yourself. All right, this one is really nice and I just want to read it. She wrote, I don't want a mommy makeover, too skinny, LOL, but I do want my boobs done. I've been thinking about it for a long time. I really don't have any questions. I just want to say I'm proud of you and fuck the haters. Keep doing you. And yes, I will be watching soon as you post. Later, love. That was really sweet. I appreciate it. Thank you. Princess. Okay, so another question was, how much was it? So for the mommy makeover, I paid $8,500, and then when I got there, I had to pay an additional close to $700. So it was $9,100 in tax and stuff and all other stuff. That's because I bought all the things they told me that I needed, when I could have just bought it on Amazon for cheaper. So definitely, if they're telling you you need a faja, you need a surgical bra, you need a band, make sure you compare the prices. If I think this is one of my do's and don'ts, I wish I searched the things I needed instead of relying on them to give me the things and charge me. They were really expensive. Like I mentioned earlier, I got this surgical bra, which has more support. It's better material. I paid that for $16 on Amazon, versus them, they gave me a bra that was $50, and it was really cheap and cheesy, and it's not that great. So yeah, make sure you do your research when it comes to like getting your supplies for your surgery. Okay, so another question I got was, how did you choose your doctor? Well, I definitely went on Google and I was looking at the reviews. I searched cosmetic surgery in Miami, and CG Cosmetics popped up, and they had a really good reviews. There are some mixed reviews, but it's overall my experience was really great, and everybody, all the staff and everyone was really nice to me. So I can't relate to the ones that didn't have a great experience, but I can say all in all it was really great. As long as you're communicating and you're getting your question, you have questions, you are asking the right questions, you should be fine. So you gotta understand it is a busy office, but my coordinator did get back to me. So I have to say my experience was great. Okay, another good question is, how many cc's did you get in each breast? So in both, I have the ultra high 470 cc's in my breast. So yeah, I was already like a B size, and now I have the 4cc, and because I am swollen, I won't know my actual bra size, but until 4 months later. So all right, so my overall experience with CG Cosmetics. I ended up getting my surgery at CG Cosmetics. I ended up getting a mommy makeover. It's something I wanted to do for years. I have an 11-year-old, 8-year-old, and a 6-year-old. Do I plan on having any more kids? I am 31 years old. No. So it was time. It was about that time for me to get the mommy makeover, and I did it. I called them on October 19th, and I told them I wanted something as soon as possible, and the soonest they had was November 30th. So I scheduled with them, and the doctor that they chose was Dr. Scott Loessin, and they said he was the best one in the practice that does mommy makeovers. So I did do some research on him, and I did look at his before and after pictures on his patients, and his work was really good. Now, the other doctors that did make mommy makeovers, there weren't that they wouldn't be like my first pick or my pick at all, because they would leave like dog ears on their patient. If you don't know what dog ears are, definitely look it up, but it is something you should definitely look up, because you don't want to have those. Dr. Scott Loessin, with his before and afters, I didn't see that he left those with the patient. And even with like my scar, I don't have dog ears, but it's usually extra skin from the stitching that sticks on the sides, so that's not very appealing, and you would probably have to go back for surgery, and it's just not, yeah. If you can avoid it, definitely avoid it. But my opinion is Dr. Scott Loessin is one of the best when it comes to mommy makeovers there. Definitely check him out. So anyway, my surgical coordinator was Camilla Martin, and she was really helpful, but she seemed like she was really busy as well too. So I tried not to bother her. She does, if she gets a missed call, she will return your call back. If you text her, she will text you back. So she scheduled me for the 30th. I paid everything up front. I end up getting an email. The first time I scheduled, it was just for a tummy tuck. I ended up getting an email about pre-op and what to be prepared for. And then I ended up scheduling for a mommy makeover. So then they sent me a new email of like pre-op instructions, and they sent me my lab order and clearance order and EKG order. So part of pre-op, you want to make sure that you're taking multivitamins and you are taking vitamin C, and take iron supplements, because in order for you to go through your surgery, the things they're looking at is your BMI, your hemoglobin, and with CG Cosmetics, your hemoglobin has to be at least 11.0 for them to perform surgery. I'm already anemic, so I have to take iron supplements, and I wasn't before, so I started taking iron supplements, and I was taking at least 45 milligrams a day to boost it up. So when it was time for me to get my labs, my hemoglobin would have been at a good number. So I end up looking, I don't have insurance, and I end up finding a PCP that charged $350 to do the labs, the EKG, and the medical clearance, and she ended up doing it all in one day. Most PCPs will not do that in one day. You have to make at least 2 or 3 appointments. So I was very grateful for her in the Orlando area. I did that. The very next morning, she had everything ready for me, and she sent it out to CG Cosmetics. I do advise, ask your PCP for a copy of your labs, clearance, and EKG. So when you go to Miami, CG's not telling you they don't have it. The last thing you want is for them to tell you they don't have it and something goes wrong with your surgery. So I recommend you having a copy of it yourself and send it to them if you have to. So I ended up sending it to them. I called them. I kept calling till they finally sent me a message saying they have received my labs. And then it was just a waiting period. So I took my vitamins constantly. I took my iron supplements. I did everything I was supposed to do until it was time for me to go to Miami. I remember the day before I went to Miami, my anxiety level was super high. I was just so nervous. Everything was just not going right that day. But and I think it was just because I was so nervous about me going to Miami. I know what I was going to Miami for. So I ended up renting out an Airbnb for the time that I was in Miami. I was in Miami for almost 2 weeks, and it was a total of $1,600 for the Airbnb. I ended up getting 2 Airbnbs because I was told because I lived in Florida, I didn't have to stay the 10 days that they recommend because I'm in Florida. Well, it was the day of my post-op I found out I had to stay longer, so I had to find another Airbnb. But anyway, post-op, I get a text message saying your post-op is scheduled for Saturday. Please be here at 9. Just to remind you, I did schedule post-op, but it was scheduled for 10 o'clock. They changed the time, but that's okay. I came in that day, and there's a security guard outside. He checks your temperature, gets your name, and then you fill out paperwork once you get inside, and then you meet the surgical coordinator, and then she goes over like the supplies you will need. I have the prices here of like the things and how much they cost, and I say do your research and don't buy it at CG Cosmetics. Actually buy it on Amazon and see what's best for you, because if you buy it at CG Cosmetics, you will end up spending a lot of money and the material may not be that great. I have the price here somewhere. Okay, here it is. So here's my receipt where the supplies. Okay, so they do a drug test. It's mandatory, but you can only do it at CG Cosmetics, and you do it the day of the surgery. And it is also mandatory to do a COVID test, and you have to do the COVID test at CG Cosmetics, but you do that during your pre-op. And I was a little nervous about that because I didn't know how long they would get the results, and I was freaking out because I'm like, look, if I'm doing pre-op the day before my surgery and you guys don't have the results for the COVID test, does that mean you're gonna cancel it? And they were like, no, but no one gave me an answer if it was a rapid test. Just so you know, it's a rapid test. The minute you're there, you see the results. It's like a pregnancy test, but they're just taking blood out of you and testing it from that kit. So you get the COVID test, which is $80, the drug test, which is $20, and then the massages. They offer massages at the post-op, and for one massage it's $70, but if you do 3 massages with them, it's $150. I recommend getting the massages, and when you leave, if you're doing a tummy tuck, follow through with the massages wherever you live, okay? Because that would help with the fluid in your body. Now, the faja was $150. The same faja they sell for $150, I found on Amazon for $65. So definitely buy it there and don't waste your money. If you are wondering what your size is, get the best what you think. Get what's best, what you think is best fit for you, and try it on. If not, return it. Return it. You have enough time from your surgery day to buy and try and return. So that's my best recommendation. Then the compression socks, they're $10. I recommend buying the compression socks from CG Cosmetics for $10. I was at Walmart and I saw the compression socks for like $20 or $23. It's not worth it, but if you find it somewhere cheaper. So after I paid all of that, I had to get the COVID test, and then I waited, and then I had to meet the MA, and my MA was Sabrina. She went over, she made me sign some forms. She didn't really go over it. And then I had to remove my clothes. She took a picture, my before picture, and then she told me that my surgery was at 11 a.m. And that was it. A lot of people say that for pre-op they waited for hours. I was there at 9 and I left by, I want to say exactly at 11 maybe. So it wasn't too long. It was just that they do have a lot of people there. So if you are scheduling your pre-op, schedule it first thing in the morning so you're not waiting 4 or 5 hours there. But anyway, she ended up calling me later that day, and she said, we're changing the time of your surgery. It'll be at 7 a.m. so be here by 6:30 a.m. So the day of my surgery, November 30th, Monday, I was there at 6:30 and the door was locked. We had a few other girls standing behind me and the door was locked. They didn't open till 7 o'clock. And of course, your driver can't leave. They want to make sure you have a driver to pick you up after surgery. So my brother had to stay with me. So my brother waited, and then when they finally opened the door, they started calling everybody's name, and then they called my name, and she looked at my prescription and she said, I can't give it to your brother because your doctor didn't sign it yet, but that's okay. After surgery, I'll give it to him and he'll be able to get your medication. Biggest mistake. So I said okay without thinking. I was just excited that the door was open and I was ready for my surgery. So they get you in the waiting room and they make you take the drug test and a pregnancy test. And then you have to change, of course, everything off. And then Dr. Scott Loessin came in and I just showed it to him. He marked my body. He asked me what kind of implants I wanted. Breast implants, I told Dr. Scott Loessin that I was looking for the high profile. It's better that you have a picture. They recommend that you bring a picture and show the doctor what you're looking for. So I end up showing him a picture and he's like, well, that's the ultra high profile. I can go ahead and put 400 cc or 500 cc in you. And I said, okay, perfect. That's what I was thinking. And then the anesthesiologist came in, asked me a few questions. Then she took me into the surgical room and I had to get on the table and she put the anesthesia in me, like she poked me, and then I had the oxygen thing on me and I was, in a few minutes, I was just gone. I think 2 minutes. That's when it hit me, when I was on that table and she put the oxygen tank thing on me. When she put it on me, I was trying to fight it. Like there was like this strong scent that hits you. And I'm trying to fight it. I'm like, no, 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 no. And then finally, when I couldn't breathe anymore, I was just like, is everything gonna be okay? And she's like, yes, everything's gonna be okay. She's like, this is supposed to make you fall asleep. And I said, no, I'm gonna fight it. And then I passed out. I was gone. All I remember is waking up and the nurses were, I don't know what happened. I just remember waking up. I'm confused. I can't move the lower part of my body. I'm only moving like this and I'm just like, oh my God, help me. I screamed there. I sat there. I'm like, help me. Help. And my voice wasn't really loud, but I was just like, help me, somebody, please help. And I'm in pain. I'm like, and I was freezing. It was so cold. They probably had it below 0. It was cold. Like I was freezing. I'm like, please, somebody help me, help. And then finally it registered to me that I signed up for this. I had surgery. So I go, where's my brother? And she's like, your brother, we just called him. I said, called him? Like I just seemed so shocked, like my brother's here. And she was like, we're gonna get you out to him right now. And then I looked down and I'm like, oh, my boobs. And I'm like, how does my boobs look? Because I was nervous. And she's like, it looks great. And then she walks away and I said, please help me, please help me. And I can hear the person next to me saying, am I laying down on my back? Oh my God, can somebody help me, get me up, please? I can't lay down on my back. I can't lay down on my back. The person had a BBL. So that was kind of funny, but I was just screaming, help, somebody, please help me, please, please help me. Like, oh my God, how embarrassing. I was so confused. So he's looking for the medication and I am stuck in pain for 5 hours. He finally brings it and I couldn't walk. He had to help me around. He's been helping me. The first week was very draining and the medication just wasn't, it helped, but it was just tough. You are in pain, like the abdominal area. When it comes to the breast, you don't feel any pain. You really don't. The breast is really easy. If I just did my breast augmentation, then I felt like I could have gone back to work within 2 to 3 days, maybe even the next day. But my abdominal area, no, it was tough. Like trying to stand up, I was hunched over. I'm still hunched over. I'm 11 days post-op now, but I'm still a little hunched over. And it's just, it was tough. It's today that I'm finally slowly feeling like myself again, but you definitely need somebody when you're having a mommy makeover. You need someone to help you around, because it's not an easy procedure. It's actually, they say, one of the most toughest procedures for recovery. So yeah, so the first week was tough. I had the drainage in me and it was just a lot. But once the drainage come out, you start to feel a little bit better. I want to say it's now that I'm, like I said, I'm feeling like myself again. I'm happy. So do your massages even when you go back home. If you don't live in Miami, follow up with your massages. They do help, because you end up having fluid in your body, and that is just gross. The fluid is really like, you have a ball of fluid rolling around your body. Just follow through with the massages. You don't want to leave that in there and be swollen for a lot longer, and it takes longer for you to heal. But overall, CG Cosmetics, I had a great experience. I'm happy with them. I would definitely go back for a second round for something else though. But that was my experience, and I hope that you guys have a great experience. If you do have any questions or concerns, please, you know, comment below, reach out to me, send me a private message, whatever it is. Don't be ashamed of having surgery. I mean, you had a fine body before, right? You want to look fine. You want to just, girl, do you. Don't be afraid, and don't let nobody talk you out of it, okay? What I say for surgery, don't talk to anybody about getting your surgery. Just schedule it and then be good with it. Now, if you need someone to help you to get to point A to point B, just let them know, hey, I have surgery coming up. I need you to take care of me. Would you be able to do so? Well, what kind of surgery are you having? I have a major procedure coming up. I need you to take care of me. Okay. They don't need to know. You can just tell them it's confidential, and then boom, they find out the day of. Like, it's too late. You already got you, bro. So, I wish you guys the best. Like I said, I am definitely here to support you ladies and do what's best for you. Later. We'll definitely be posting more videos. I will have videos of my before picture and my after picture and how my recovery is, so definitely stay tuned. My next video will probably be my 1 month post-op. I do have a 1 month post-op appointment coming up anyway, so yeah, I will be sharing that with everyone. So take care.